it. So I was gonna make a Google Doc to
Okay.
keep keeping track of things. You all right with that?
Yep. Easy way to do it.
So last time we have our user chat flow and the user Chatii setup flow. We know kind of the two things that we're going for. You could probably niche this down even harder and just say, if you're on Kajabi, or if you're using, I don't know if Gumroad lets you do courses, online courses, or maybe your course is built in Notion. I'm not sure. But if we can just target one of those, then maybe it simplifies the amount of effort that we're likely going to need to put in to make this all work.
Makes sense.
So which one do you think we should target? I make my courses in Kajabi, but I have a lead magnet in Notion.
I think Notion's a good one, but it's because it's more known.
Yeah.
No other reason, to be honest.
Okay. Then, do you know if we can embed a widget, like a TypeScript, JavaScript embed into a Notion page? That'd be the first question I have.
That's a good question. I know it's pretty flexible.
It might not let you do that, though.
You cannot modify custom CSS or inject custom JavaScript into a Notion page.
There's this thing called Sotion. Lets you inject custom JavaScript into your Notion page.
There's always a workaround. I'm just saying, natively it's not supported. But yeah. Do you ever get that, like, now I'm warm, but my hands are freezing?
Yeah, so you're sweating, but your hands are still cold.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, I mean, these guys say so you put a chatbot on your Notion page. So,
Well, that's...
I guess that's what we're...
I mean, it sounds like that's what we're doing.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's what we're doing.
Don't need to overthink that too much.
And it's called Sotion.so. Like, what? What is this? What? Okay, so they take your Notion page and they copy it over to Sotion. Okay, so that... I get it. I'm not sure if I want to have our clients go through that process.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Maybe keep looking. But you just said that it's not possible to inject JavaScript into a Notion page.
Well, that's what the internet said.
That's what the internet said.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the internet is vast.
It was from one of the Notion docs, so I assumed it. But that doesn't mean it's still accurate. I can go in there too. I was just filling out. I think I have an account, but I don't know which account it's under. that makes sense. I think I have like 3 of them now.
So I mean, you can embed, I think, an iframe. Let's just
And if
try
you
it.
could do that, then I don't see why we couldn't do it in there.
I'm gonna try it. JavaScript.
Gabaret. I like that more actually. Bad. Ooh. Thanks.
Because it has to be a link.
Uh-huh. So you'd have to link it to like.
Yeah, so the widget has
Something.
to exist inside the iframe. We wouldn't be able to put it down the bottom right corner. Huh. So it could still work. It just wouldn't be a widget down the bottom right corner. We could just have them, any page they want it to be on, they just embed it.
Mm-hmm.
Which is a little bit more work, right? And maybe a bit more intrusive. But maybe we let them create a widget that lets them show off their. Maybe they just have a page that's like chat with the resources, ask your questions. Maybe that's a bit simpler. What do you think?
I think if it's not like. I mean, for me personally, like if it's not just like down bubbling in the corner, it's going to be annoying to me personally.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know what your thoughts are. Like, do you think people actually like that?
Yeah, I would say if it's not easy, the likelihood of someone maybe going to that page and asking
Mm-hmm.
might be lower. But honestly, I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't know how many places you can go to.
I think that's fair.
I don't. I should say this is an unknown resource where it could work in both ways. And honestly, as I'm thinking about it, building the little chatbot widget in the bottom right and having it be an embed aren't too different.
Yeah.
It might change up a bit so it can fit wider, but the chatbot itself wouldn't functionally change.
And I suppose.
How we scrape their data would change.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. How would you tap into that then?
Tap into their data.
Yeah. I suppose they're uploading it, right? Or would this search it technically inside the Notion?
Yeah, they just keep providing the Notion links, and then we'd scrape those Notion links.
Okay.
For data. They'd have to be open to the internet, which might not be something that they want to do. But if it's a course on Notion, then I feel like they have to do that.
Yeah.
I don't know. Can you pay block a Notion thing?
I don't know.
Like,
Probably. I'm sure there's some way. Like, it's got to be.
I'm gonna laugh if Socian pops up again.
It's gonna get us, isn't it?
Yeah, so you can use the thing called member space to let people log in.
Member space. Huh. Kind of cool. I'm just searching the depths of the internet. Just now alerted me. Oh, did you just start the stream?
Yeah, I've been
Okay.
streaming.
It just now alerted me to the stream.
Understanding your audience, market research. Do we know anyone who does this?
I don't know of anybody doing this. I'm sure there's some like higher ed stuff that's doing it, but
All right, that was a lot more in depth than I thought it was going to go, and probably a bit broader. Okay, Well, do you think we can make an assumption that this would be useful? I mean, I know I want it.
I think it would be useful.
Is
I
that
think
enough, enough to go off of? Is that I want it?
um, I think having that like real time at your fingertips access to be able to query something, get a response back, and it feels less programmed than maybe like if it was like a human chatting with you. I think that's worth something. I don't like talking to the learning systems where, like for example, where I give it a bunch of input and it gives me a link to go look at. You know, I think that's just boring. If you could get like a summary and then maybe like drill down a little further, I always feel like there's a good opportunity there, if that makes sense.
Yeah, so I can help you both understand it, and maybe provide a link for where it got that answer. That's my thought right now.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I mean, from my perspective, I think we just need to pick a platform we want to build it for, and then build it for that platform.
Mm-hmm.
Keep it simple, stupid, and then we can maybe add different modules that enable it to function in other areas. So, the three areas I'm looking at then are: one, you got normal just docs. I'm thinking Cadena, Radix, any documentation really. It'd be nice if they could just slap this little guy at the bottom right.
Mm-hmm.
I think with things like that, though, you're going to run into the issue of can they actually pay you? And would they want to pay for it? And I'm not sure that they would.
Probably not.
So, while it would be a super big value add, it wouldn't necessarily be something they'd want to buy or pay for.
Mm-hmm.
Unless they knew how many more people it would get to their system. And I think there's something there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thinking of Cadena and Radix, if they had this and we were able to show or prove in some way that they could increase the number of developers that they got on a month-over-month basis by 25, 50%, I think they'd be willing to drop some coin on it.
I mean, it'd be foolish not to. I mean,
yeah. I mean, we don't really know how much it'll cost, but let's assume that each conversation that someone has is likely going to end up being, I can see getting pretty expensive depending on how long the conversation goes. So I would just say roughly it might cost, let's say, I want to say $5 max, like at most. $1 is probably a better estimate, depending on how long the conversation goes for.
Yeah.
So I'm just assuming every developer who comes to you spends $1. It's $1 spent, but you have a 25% increased chance of landing them as someone who works with you. That's totally worth it.
You would think. You would think.
Actually, like, and then I break it down into those numbers. It's like, yeah, I would do that.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Heck yeah, man. So that's, I mean, hold on. Let me make a Google Doc right now. Ready. Anyone with the link is an editor. Send this to you.
I got it.
An anonymous wombat. Let's go.
Oh, the other place that I got my "it can't do it" is from Socian. I wonder if they're just trying to get you to like buy stuff.
It seems pretty legit. It's kind of, they basically, it seems like what they do is they just take, all right, you made all this stuff in Notion, we'll copy it into your own web page and put it behind a paywall.
Mm-hmm.
Let you put your own widgets in there, right?
Interesting. I can definitely do. It works with any Notion page. I don't understand, like, how could they do it but we can't? Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like,
Well,
that means
they're copying the whole thing. So let's just say they take the HTML of the page and just duplicate it, post it somewhere else. They can embed whatever they want in there.
how to use code blocks in Notion. Oh, Notion basics.
I love how we know nothing about Notion. We're trying to learn about Notion so we can see if we can do our idea.
See, I don't know if this is like you can create a code block to display code, so it's broken up in this. I wonder if it's just like showing like a code block though, like not actually like working, but like
It is showing just a code block.
yeah,
Remember, Notion is just for documentation, so
yeah.
showing code, having a nicely syntax highlighted, and all that.
Design. I'm just integrations. Oh man. Nightfall AI integration. What's that? Detect sensitive data in Notion. Oh, that's actually pretty. We'd probably benefit from that. Don't expose your API keys.
Yeah, all about that.
Oh, I am a pro's pro at that. Like, there's no second fiddle for me. I got that on lockdown. And they have so many integrations. I wonder if you have to like. I wonder honestly, like, if you can demonstrate. So like you got to think about this too, like practically. They won't talk to us because we're so small. But like, if you had this concept and it works, can you not talk to Notion about creating like an integration, like a direct integration into their platform, so that they can directly work with you? You know, I mean, that's what their integrations are doing right now. They're working with them directly, and I'm looking at some of the examples in here. Like, you can do some crazy stuff. There's no way this wouldn't be supportable in there. No way. And they have all sorts of scrapers and stuff, and file services, authentication services. I mean, the fact that they have scrapers already tells me that they support this. You just probably have to get on their integration list. Request an integration. What does that do? Integration request. Don't you see what you need? We're constantly adding new. It's a form.
Yeah, so integrations to me are more like automations that
Maybe, yeah.
I mean, this would kind of go back to being able to embed Chatii into the Notion page, which I'm totally fine with. If we want to just give that a shot, it wouldn't be the same as having a little bubble in the bottom right, but it could move in that direction. So, being completely honest, I feel like Notion might be the easiest one to scrape. It's like scraping Kajabi would likely be a bit more difficult, but Notion wouldn't be hard at all. And it's just pages.
Yeah. I mean, it's basically a database, right?
Yeah.
Or a file. I mean, it's either a big database or a big file repository or both.
Mhm.
Kind of like what we're talking about doing.
All right. Well, I'm thinking that Notion is a good. I do think that Notion is actually a good target.
Yeah. I mean, it's very popular too. Kind of right up the alley for the type of system we want.
Yeah. Mhm. So we have Notion, we have GitHub. I know that there's
Yes.
people who let you speak. I think there's already a ChatGPT extension that lets you talk
Mm-hmm.
to GitHub repo.
Yep. And I think Microsoft's integrating that into VS Code now too, if they haven't already.
Oh. Yeah, so you got ask the code, provide a GitHub repository URL, and ask about any aspect of the code. Chat with code. So, chat with Git. So we've got a lot of people who are able to search a GitHub repo already. Obviously, extending that and porting it out into its own little chatbot would be super nice, though. I'd say, hold on, actually. Most people have their documentation in GitHub. So we could target GitHub.
I mean, GitHub's very popular, very popular for what we're talking about. So I don't see why it would hurt. Just because they have something doesn't mean it's not warranted. I mean, if you want like continuity across different platforms, it's just one of our integration points. I think that's, there's something to be said about targeting what exists already because it's proven. People are using it. there's a chance people may find value in that,
And that's why I was thinking of targeting Kajabi, just because I know that there are thousands upon thousands of people who use Kajabi.
Kajabi, I do not. I'm actually pulling it up right now to see what the heck this is.
So, yeah, they help you build a website, make products, sell products, whether it be coaching, online courses, podcasts, etc.
Do you use this service?
I do.
Holy smokes, it is not cheap. I guess it's not. It's all relative, right?
So it's cheap if you're actually selling things.
Mm-hmm.
For example, a lot of people use Gumroad, but from what I know, Gumroad takes 7% off the top. And it's like, if you make $2.5 grand, you've already paid for a Kajabi membership, for the more expensive Kajabi membership. Kajabi doesn't take any percentage off. So what you charge is what you get, minus the processing fees of Stripe.
I kind of like I was just reading kind of what it does, and I was like, I feel like something like this would be good for me to take serious. Not necessarily the same for what you're doing, but I want to get into podcasting, for example, and I want to build up a community. And so how do I do those things? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. I know if you just go out there and you do it, you'll probably fail. If you just say, I'm going to go podcast today, you're like, okay, how are you going to get your followers? How are you're going to come up with a plan? How are you going to monetize it? How are you going to get advertisers? And so I know those things, right? Because I've been in the world of business for a long time. And so I get all that, right? But I don't know how to do that for a podcast. I don't know how to do it. And I'm not going to pay somebody tens of thousands of dollars to set it up when it's just kind of like a thing that I think would be cool to do. And I don't think it would be what I would ever transition to, but I love podcasts, the concept of podcasting. I like streaming. And so maybe I use this to get better at streaming. I don't know. I don't know if it helps with that or not, but.
Well, it helps you put some streams behind a paywall. So let's say that you have multiple streams, and some of the streams you want to be for membership subscription, you can do that.
I see.
I haven't tried to use the podcasting feature of it, I'll be honest. But I built my Pact course using Kajabi. And building the course is actually really nice inside of Kajabi. So, the community feature is a little clunky, but it's pretty nice. You can host videos with people. I would say the main thing I use it for is just selling my course and creating funnels. And emails, actually. Capturing emails, sending out my weekly newsletter, all that good stuff. It combines many features that you need to get started as a content creator and sell your stuff.
I think what would be interesting for me personally is taking one of these systems and being able to fast forward 6 months, commit to it 100% every day. What would that look like in 6 months? And I bet you if you took it and you were serious and you actually did it in 6 months, you would be probably better off than you would have thought you would be. And I think that's just more like a human thing, in my opinion, is if you apply yourself and you actually do it, the experience alone will be worth whatever you get out of it, right? And then the next 6 months you could do better. And then if you feel like it's just not a fit, pivot, right? Don't dwell on it, just pivot. No hard feelings. It's just always interesting. I don't like to commit to that. And I don't know why, but I feel like in my head it makes total sense.
Well, commitment is hard. What if you find something that's better for you next month? What would you want to do? I'm sorry, my daughter was screaming. I know you tone it out, but I don't think many other people do. So here we are. So the reason that I went with Kajabi is because I know many people who use Kajabi, and I respect them highly. Grant Cardone,
Mhm.
Brendan Burchard. You got a lot of people who, I mean, they're pretty high up there, and they use Kajabi to host their resources and sell them, give people access to them, all that good stuff.
I mean, I think I'm tempted to test it with something that I'm thinking of. Um, hmm, interesting. Maybe I just give myself a new project that I didn't need. I didn't know I needed.
Gotta streamline your stuff, man.
That's what I need like a website, like a business website for my actual company. Like I have my actual C Corp. I need a presence so that I can build not a persona for it, but like it's kind of my baby. And it's not the Canadian Ice stuff, it's not any of that. Like I have my own company, right? And
Yeah.
I need to build a brand for that. I need to leverage that, and I need it to look good, but I don't need it to be perfect. I don't need to like dwell over that I designed the website or something like that. But I also don't want it to be on WordPress. And so I'm like, can I integrate that with like a payment portal where I can send some of the people that I work with today there, have them enroll, and then it's just easy, right? It's easy to interact. It's easy to take payments. It's easy to show the products that we offer, where we're developing, what types of services we offer. And I think that can be very simple for me, like very, very simple. And I haven't looked at my WordPress site for a while because it's just depressing, but I'm almost wondering if I shouldn't. And then come up with like a strategy to get people to check us out.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's probably like the smart, and it's all in front of me and I just don't do it.
Well, I mean, Kajabi can let you do all of those things. Maybe, well, I just maybe walk you through what it looks like for me. And my
Yeah,
Kajabi, I've tried so many different things.
I was trying to figure out how how I would turn what we're talking about into a value add for this platform, right? How do we get access to the data? How do we do all that? And so that's why I was taking a little bit deeper dive. But then I started seeing it, and I'm like, this probably, like, there probably needs to be more awareness. I didn't even know what this was, and it's hard to believe.
Yeah, because I mean, you have this. Kajabi creators have earned over $6 billion.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a small
I
number.
believe it. I believe it.
And you've got some Kajabi heroes on Facebook. They still use Facebook for a lot of things, but yeah. So walking through everything you just said. First and foremost, you've got your website, right?
Mm-hmm.
My entire website is designed using Kajabi. So I've got all my pages, I've got my blog, I've got a login. They handle the login for you.
Yeah, that's the site. I was wondering what you did this in because I didn't think it was like straight JS, and I was surprised. But also, it made sense.
Yeah, so this entire thing is built using Kajabi. I've got my pages, actually, which enable different funnels of mine. So I've got multiple funnels in here. I've got my email list funnel. I've got my lead magnet funnel. I've got the Dream Builders funnel. I've got a high performance coaching funnel. And I can just take a look at any of these, for example, to see kind of what they're how they're doing.
And I think this is actually all applicable too, because I need to see all this if I'm going to even consider being able to to help you integrate something like this. It's crazy.
People who viewed my email list and no opt-ins, so obviously I have some work to do. It's like, I don't know. I've never been able to make a converting landing page. I'll be completely honest with you. I've tried. I probably at least 50 different iterations at this point, and I've never been able to build a converting landing page ever in my life, which means either I'm not solving a problem that people care about, or people don't trust me. Like those are really the only two things. So I'm just not solving the problem, I think. So I feel like maybe people trust me. Maybe not. I'm not sure. But I haven't gotten a lot of opt-ins. But this is what I use it for as far as the website goes. Then you can build your products. So I've got multiple products in here. The one that you probably really care about is this Cadet Pack 4.6 token sale. So this is a course. It's a product. 36 people have purchased it, which is pretty awesome. It's like, let's go, man. This is great. So we've got courses, coaching, community, and podcasts. I mainly just use the courses. I tried the community a couple of times, but people don't want another place to go for community. I feel like unless you can give them a really solid reason to go there. And I just don't have a big enough of a following to make it reasonable to use the community. But then you link sales to your products, so you can list them on your pages and sell them. And then you were talking about, so I use it for marketing. You got your analytics. What was it? So you wanted to do podcasts?
Yep.
Like if I want to click on here, and I would be like, yeah, let's get started. Let's make a podcast. Say create a new podcast. Continue. It'll host all my episodes. I can go to title, hosted by, brief description, public, private.
Also, you can do free or paid. Cool.
So you can make it free. So you can have a paid version and a free version, or paywall some of the episodes if you want, or maybe extended versions of the episodes are paid, like a Q&A at the end or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So listen to episodic order. So you do all this. I'm not going to continue because I don't actually. One. But honestly, at the end of the day, it's really nice. I have really enjoyed using Kajabi. I feel like there are still features that are coming out that I'm excited about. For example, the emails. You got email campaigns, automations, so you can build email sequences to warm people up. And one thing I'm super excited about are event emails, so you can remind people about things. I'm really excited for those. But yeah, so there you go. Kajabi.
Good jobby.
Good jobbies.
Good jobby.
Oh, and as far as accepting payments go, Kajabi actually recently released the ability to use Kajabi to process payments. So you don't need Stripe anymore. You can do it all through Kajabi. So if that's a worry, it basically lets you say, I have multiple payment providers. If Stripe suddenly says, we're not processing your payments, I can do PayPal. I can also do Kajabi itself. So I have 3 forms of processing payments, just in case anyone of them dies. Yeah, so the reason I was saying like we could build a simple widget to work with Kajabi is because, I mean, I built my course in Kajabi.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like if I could be the case study of let's build a widget.
Yeah.
That I can.
You've already got it.
Yeah, that I can embed into my course that already exists, so that people can take a look. I can share the course. What's this? I'm just gonna check out. All right, cool. Yeah, so here's the course.
Yep.
Yes, there's 107 lessons.
There's a lot, yes. But I'm not gonna lie, I might have skipped a few because the basic setup stuff obviously isn't.
Yeah, you're good. I didn't realize how many there were. Holy cow!
There's a lot.
I forgot how much effort I put into making this awesome for you guys. I'm happy with it. Yeah, just having a little bubble down here so you can ask questions. You're like,
yep.
Where was this again? Because I know even you have asked me this before.
Yep.
So where did you talk about this?
Mm-hmm.
Like, go ask.
Go find it.
I don't know. I can't remember. But just something like that would be, I feel, would be awesome.
Yep. I think about like Udemy, like if they had something like that where you could just search and be like, oh, like author this, thought this, and then if it could like help you, like, oh, have you checked this out? And here's like extended learning on this, and here's a free resource to do this, and like it gives you more.
Yeah.
It gives you more of those things that I find are valuable, more than just watching a course for 20 hours, you know, like where do I go next? Like, and I don't want the site to tell me like, you purchased version 1, now go purchase version 2. No. What do I actually need to go to get from here to there? And do you even offer that? And if not, like, get me to where I need to go, you know, or like, can I recommend something that doesn't exist? And just make it easy for me instead of a normal search bar with static responses.
Right. So, I mean, for example, in Kajabi, I feel like Kajabi would absolutely love it. And I could see Kajabi purchasing the product from us, right? Because they don't really have the, I mean, I guess there is a search function up here. I don't know exactly what it searches. Let's find out. I was going to say.
Search DefCap. Just DefCap. See if it.
Okay, so I mean, it's got a search in here, and that's pretty all right. But it'd be so much nicer just because, I mean, this in and of itself is already like, whoa, nope.
Yeah.
Really
I don't want to click on any of those.
Yeah. So if I could just ask the AI, like, what's a death cap again? Be like, here's death cap. Here's the definition. I think that'd be awesome. Yeah, because none of these are super directed. Like, fungible V2 interfaces, maybe. I could maybe see myself talking about them in there. Capabilities for sure, obviously. Like, writing capabilities makes sense. But, so one of the main issues I can see actually with this is that I'm not sure. It'd be nice to be able to scrape the videos and convert the videos into text. So scrape the audio and take the audio and use that as a searchable metric.
Yep.
I'm not 100% sure how we would do that with Kajabi. I'm honestly not 100% sure how we would scrape this Kajabi course. We probably need to build some kind of Chrome extension that would say they'd come to their course, they'd see it, and you'd say scrape, and it would just go through everything and pipe it all into Chatii. Whereas with Notion or with GitHub, it becomes much simpler. It's all publicly available. It's got APIs that let us query the information directly. So it's a little bit more of a process to break down a Kajabi site into something that a chatbot could actually leverage, if that makes sense.
Yep.
So it'd be more work, but I definitely know that there's a lot of people on Kajabi, and many people would probably love to have an AI that lets people talk to their course.
Oh, I'm sure. I mean, I want to do it.
So, I mean, this call, I feel like the one thing I would like to answer is just what platform do we want to target? And maybe at this point, we have enough information to say we might need to flip a coin. Because I would say I could probably narrow it down to just saying maybe Notion and Kajabi. The issue with Notion being that we wouldn't be able to embed the little bubble in the bottom right. That might actually be an issue in Kajabi too. Hold on. Because I was able to embed, like if we take a look at these pages, you can see I used an AI to build a really simple bubble in the bottom right. And I'm not sure we'll be able to see it on the stream, actually. Oh, there we go. Boom. Chat with us. Hello. I built this using AI. We can embed it here, but let's go and see. Let's make sure that we can actually embed it in the course, because that's important. Because if we can't really embed it in the course, then at the end of the day, it doesn't necessarily matter. What is what? It doesn't matter. You like my shirt? Interesting to you? And at the leaf. That's the move. Like going cross-eyed staring at this leaf on my chest. Yeah. Let's test it, man. Let's test it. Let's see this. So if I go on my Cadena pack 4.6 token sale. Come on, website, load. Click on customize. And then in the footer, we add some custom code. Oh. Oh, it looks like it might be a bit more annoying. Uh-oh. All right, so it says I can add code on this side over here, but I have no idea if this actually works.
There's one way to find out.
Well, I mean, I pasted it in here and I hit save, but nothing really pops up. So I kind of get the feeling that it doesn't actually pop up. I don't know what this product info is. Oh, it's not even being shown. Oh, there it is. Oh, got it. Awesome. Check it out. We did it.
Chat with us. There you go.
We have a chat bot.
Are you the bot? Hello. Ah.
So send a text. Okay, we have a chatbot, man. I can hide it. I can make it bigger. Chatbot. So we can indeed embed a chatbot into their webpage. It took me what? How long did that take me? 4 minutes?
Yeah, easy.
Easy. Gives me this weird square up at the top that I'm not a big fan of, but that's all right. It's okay. Might find a better way to do this later on. There we go. So we can indeed embed a chatbot into our course page, unlike with Notion. So have this added benefit. Which one do we want to do, man?
I think this makes more sense right now, given the type of content. I mean, Notion, if it's see, it's going to be chicken or the egg because Notion's also very, very popular, and it's a lot of people use it because it's free. If you want to do simple stuff,
right? But if they're on Notion, we can assume that they have money to pay us.
Yes. No. If they're on Kajabi,
right? If they're on Kajabi, yeah. Sorry.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. I mean, it's what's our target audience here, right? Can't do it for free, so I would err on the side of where do you actually think somebody might invest in this? And I think you're probably going to see Kajabi, GitHub, Notion. Those GitHub and Notion are probably very similar in that respect. That I think it'll be harder to get somebody to want to add that on, I guess.
Yeah.
I think that's fair. It's okay to be honest.
Yeah. And I mean, for the Kajabi, I feel like everyone, if they have a course in Kajabi, it's generally because they've solidified it, they've recorded it, it's awesome, it does all the things they want it to do, and they're selling it. They're actually making money with it. Right? And so, from my perspective, I see Kajabi as, hey, we can make it look pretty. Like, we can make this look good for you. You can customize it to match your look and feel. It can show up on any page that you have. Like, let me just test that actually. If I click on welcome, it might not actually pop up. Yeah, it doesn't pop up. I need to find a way to make sure it stays present. So it might take some additional effort to try and get this to show up everywhere. But I mean, at least we can make it pop up in this bottom right area. And I'm pretty happy with that. I'm not sure how to, oh, wait. Yeah, so I can go through the product, the post, the comments, categories, announcements, and I can probably add this widget to all the different areas. So if we look at a looking at a comment, for example. Oh, it looks like we might not be able to add to a comment. Let's look at it first. Really wish I could add custom code to the footer.
Isn't that the truth? I think they all stop you on purpose because of people like us. They want to make it harder. Oh, I didn't tell you whatever I tweeted about earlier. I don't know if you read that or not, but I did help Kobe mint the. I don't know. It came out to about 7,700 NFTs, and it was not the easiest thing on earth to do. On V1, it wasn't hard. It was just tedious, I guess, lining everything up and. Luckily, yeah. I mean, that's what I have my back end for. I just throw my scripts in there and run them, and it just now I have a cool thing where I needed to make a mass minter anyways, like big like queuing and everything. Like you could do lots. I was able to kind of do both things at the same time simultaneously. So as I was going through and getting the process down, even though it'll be different for V2 or NG, whatever we go on, the general concept is the same, right? This is how you format for Pact. You have to make sure the caps alone. Like if you look at my transaction, I did 100 transactions inside each transaction, like 100 commands inside each transaction. And I'm like, I think it costs less than half a KDA to do all of it in gas. And I was like, well, cool. Yeah. Created 7,000 plus accounts, minted 7,000 plus NFTs, and it cost me less than 15 cents. I mean,
KDA is nothing if not cheap. I'll give them that.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it continues to be, but it is what it is. I like building these bigger tools and things because I think it'll lend itself nicely to what I'm building, and being able to stage a collection of that size and have it mint, and all the things that we do programmatically today, just drop your files in there and it takes care of it for you. And I think I'm really close now. That helped me fill a couple gaps in my own processes, but there's a lot to consider when you're doing something that large. And I think it'd be cool to, like, for a project to come in and be like, hey, I want to give away 100,000 of these. Okay, I don't care. Do 100,000. It does not matter to me. I'll just make sure that it's within the gas limits. It'll batch based on gas size, and send it. It only took a couple minutes to run all those transactions through. So I mean, it held up just fine. I'm sure there was a little bit of delay, but
yeah. Well, if you're not using a lot of gas and you've got the gas limit that you've defined nice and tight, then yeah, it's pretty simple.
Yep.
I appreciate you doing that. They reached out to me and asked me if I could do it, and I was like, yeah, it'd be pretty simple, but it's just not aligned with anything that I'm doing right now, and so I was kind of slow to respond to them, and I do feel bad about that.
I mean, I said no because I hate V1, the concept of minting anything right now, but Kobe asked me, and so I was like, fine, pulling the heartstrings, I'll do it. And honestly, it wasn't like the end of the world. It's just, you know how it is. Like, it's just like a distraction from other things that you got going on. And
yeah,
even though it's easy, I mean, it was very easy for me to code it. It's a lot of work. I mean, you have to sanitize your data. You have to validate your data. There's a couple accounts that they clearly just made them up. Some capital letters in there where they shouldn't be. things like that. And so it's not just go mint a bunch of it. That's easy. Like, that's just formatting some code, right? And then popping them in. But doing it clean. So when I went to mint, I knew everything would go through fine. That all took a little bit of work, but it was good because, again, now I know anytime somebody connects to any of our sites, I'm going to create their account if it doesn't exist on Chain 8. So if they want to do free minting or anything, it'll just go to them. There's no like extra commands. It'll just immediately always be available. And again, if I got lucky enough to see 1 million accounts go through that process, it's going to cost me a couple bucks. Okay. It's like, I was thinking, I was like, I do all these worker bots for stuff. Why wouldn't I create one for that? I'm like, why don't the wallets do it? I don't know.
All right, so our first platform for Chatty then is going to be Kajabi.
Kajabi. I'm going to do some more research on it too and look stuff up.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to try it.
So, I mean, from my perspective, the first step is going to be building a super easy way for people to take things in Kajabi, or just to summarize all of the stuff in Kajabi, using an AI so that Chatty has access to that data.
Okay.
That's step one, just getting all of our data in the right place. So I think a Chrome extension would be powerful and useful here, is just because there are three, just taking a look ahead and I'll hop off, but there are three things to look at. And we've got the videos. Can we scrape / steal the data? Like steal the voice data? Not sure. If we could, that'd be awesome. Obviously all the text for each module / every post. And last but not least would be downloads. Yes. Sorry. So each of these together, if we can scrape all of these, I think we're in a good spot.
Yeah. I think that's a good, gotta start somewhere, right?
I think for now, the simplest way that I can think of is...
I think that's the only way right now. I can't... I don't think you're going to find in my opinion, just looking at their portal, I don't think you're going to find an easier way to do it, or a better. Maybe. Password. Let it scrape. Can you give it the password, or can you give it your... Would you do that, or would you... When you're logged in, it would have access to your cookie?
Yeah, that's
yeah.
optional.
I would think so. Make it easy for the user.
So if we're just letting them use their cookie, then we're going to do a Chrome extension either way. Right. So both of those work. One is a bit more, I'd say, let's get the Chrome extension to work. And then you just click start, and it'll just go through everything, just from top to bottom, just hit it all. And then we can look at maybe spinning up a little server on the side that will act as if it's them and go through all of it. And I suppose in the long run, it'd be nice if we can maybe reach out to Kajabi and just be like, "Oh, you got any APIs for this?" I don't think they do, but obviously. So,
yeah, I didn't see anything at first glance, but that doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, looks like Chrome extension is going to be the way to go. So I'm fine with that. I have an extra 3 hours today. I might just pour some time into this and just see how far I can get with my own course.
There you go. Be interesting to see.
Yeah.
So, all right, man. I got a jet, but it's been a pleasure.
Yeah, likewise. I feel like we made some fun progress.
This is
Kajabi and the greatness thereof.
Yep.
If you do want to sign up for Kajabi, you can use my affiliate link.
All right. I'll do that when I sign up.
Okay.
Send it to me. Can you send it to me?
Yeah, I'll send it to you.
All right.
Heck yeah. Let's go, affiliates. Woo!
Woohoo. All right. I'm gonna jump, but bye everyone who's not watching us.
Yeah.
Later. I'll see you.